The 4th of July is a special day for Americans. We celebrate our independence from the Imperial Crown of England. 1776 was more than a revolution from the corporate grip of the royals. It was also a time that gave birth to the revolutionary idea that all men were created equal. It was the denunciation of elitism which held that some people were of higher birth and thus better than others. Rich and poor stood together in the cold of winter to fight as equals for the principles of liberty, justice and equality. These brave men gave up all for the love of these three principles. So it was that this nation was founded on the three primary principles of the liberal movement. Everything which we hold dear can be traced back to these three: liberty, justice and equality. Through the blood, sweat and tears of those revolutionary liberals was our democratic nation born.
There were those, however, who said that they were moving too fast and should slow down, that they should take baby steps towards freedom. When their words were ignored, they betrayed their brothers and joined with the British. They wanted to keep things as they were, with separate classes of people. They felt empowered at the thought of being better than others. So their lusts for godhood led these early conservatives to fight for the King of England. Some were outright traitors like Benedict Arnold, while other conservatives were more stealth in their allegiance.
They fought alongside with the early Americans not for liberty and justice for all, but rather for the chance to become the new nobility. They later affirmed their belief that government should be controlled by the rich and the well-born. They believed that government should be aristocratic and that it should operate primarily in the interest of wealth and privilege.
Thankfully, our first president, George Washington, was a self-proclaimed liberal. Along with Thomas Jefferson, the founder of the Democratic Party, they were able to thwart these dark forces, keeping liberty alive.
Jefferson is quoted as saying, "The people will again decide whether they want the forces of positive progressive liberalism to continue in office, or whether, in these challenging times, they want to entrust their government to those forces of conservatism which believe in the benefit of the few at the expense of the many." The democratic voices won the battle and freedom remains to this day. We must be ever vigilant lest those dark forces should seize our nation, turning it into a land of the haves and the have-nots.
We must remind the people of our two most liberal documents, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States, which states,
"We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed."
This is furthered in the Constitution. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. These words, along with those of another great liberal president, Abraham Lincoln, who said, "Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people." When political parties or individuals forget that they are to serve the people and take on an arrogant attitude that the people should serve them, then it is time to remove them from power. Let us never forget that this is a liberal nation founded on liberal principles. Happy independence.